back to Tales of Olympus, guys. And as I promised, I did upload the new episode, like the two about powerful goddesses of Mount Olympus that changed the world forever. Yeah, that. And if you haven't already, subscribe to us on Tales. No, on YouTube. Yeah, that's right. And the thing is, you might not search it absolutely right, but I will put it in the description below so you can see which to search and it will definitely pop out my name, our videos. So, with no more talking about weird things, we'll come back to this episode. This is a two-part episode like the one about Dionysus and Hephaestus. So, today we turn away from the battles, away from the storms, and into the quietest room on Mount Olympus, where the fire never dies. She is the goddess that few talk about, but everyone needs. She does not throw lightning. She does not ride dolphins or chariots. She doesn't even leave her seat. But she is the first to be born and the last to be honored. Her name is Hestia. Today, we tell the story of the goddess of the hearth, home, peace, and flames. You can listen to the origins of the gods part 1, part 2, and the Titanomachy if you want to understand this part of the story. So, I'll wait for you if you want. Okay, now, in the time of the Titans, before Olympus was born, Rhea, the queen of the Titans, gave birth to her first child, not Zeus, not Poseidon. Her name was Hestia. But Kronos, their father, had heard a prophecy. One of your children will overthrow you. So every time Rhea gave birth, you know the story, Kronos swallowed the baby into his stomach, and Hestia was the first to be swallowed. Inside her father's belly, she waited and waited until the day Zeus returned. Zeus tricked Kronos into vomiting up his siblings. See the origin of the gods part 2. And the first to be freed was Hestia. She was the firstborn of the gods, but never asked for power. While others fought for thrones, Hestia stayed near the fire. She made sure that every home had warmth. Every temple had light. Every offering began with her name. Even Zeus poured wine to her first before every feast. As the gods built Olympus and argued for power, Poseidon ruled the sea. Hades took the underworld. Hera became queen. Demeter tended to the crops, farms, and land, and Zeus ruled the skies. But when Apollo and Poseidon both wanted to marry Hestia, she said, "No, I will not marry. I will not fight. I choose peace." And she swore an oath, "I will remain a virgin forever and tend to the sacred flame of Olympus." The gods were, not all of them were happy with it because they wanted to marry her and everything, but most of the gods were amazed. Zeus honored her with a special seat right by the fire, and no one sat before her. Hestia became the center of every temple in Greece. No matter the god, even Athena, Ares, or Hermes, there was always a hearth lit for Hestia. Hestia's fire was more than warmth. It was memory. When a new colony was built, the Greeks would carry a flame from Hestia's hearth to the new city to light their first fire. She was the beginning of every home and the end of every day. People prayed to her with simple meals, quiet words, and soft wishes. Hestia never appeared in battle, but she never left Olympus either. There's one rare story. Well, it's not exactly rare, but it's where Hestia gives up her seat. Why? To make peace. Dionysus, the god of madness and joy and party, came to Olympus as the 12th god, but there were already 12 seats. And so Hestia quietly stood and said, "Let him have my place. I do not need a throne. I only need the fire, the flame." And so Dionysus joined the 12 Olympians, but Hestia remained in every temple, every fire, and every heart. And that's Hestia, the goddess who steps back so others can shine. But without her, Olympus would go cold. Hestia is the goddess of steadiness. She reminds us that power isn't always loud. Being first doesn't mean fighting to stay first. And peace is a kind of strength. She is the spirit of every meal shared, every candle lit, every story told by the fire. And even though she doesn't have many wild myths or monster battles, without Hestia, the gods wouldn't have a home. So next time you sit by a fire, or light a candle, or eat dinner with your family, say thank you to Hestia. And I'll take a short break and we'll meet her not totally total opposite. Yes. The goddess of beauty, desire, drama, and sometimes chaos, Aphrodite. So yeah, please wait. I'll rest for a moment so you can all take a break as well. Drink some water and eat some snacks. Welcome back, and now we can continue. We just spent time with Hestia, the quiet flame of peace. Now let's sail far away from the hearth onto the seafoam where beauty itself rises. Today we meet the most famous goddess in the world, loved by gods, feared by mortals, and a goddess who can make Ares kneel and Zeus blush. She is the goddess of love, beauty, desire, and pure divine chaos. She is Aphrodite. No one agrees exactly how she was born. Some say she's the daughter of Zeus and Dione, born like the other Olympians. But the older myth, the one whispered by poets and told in secret, it goes like this. When Kronos cut off his father Uranus' sky parts, they fell into the sea, and from that sea foam, Aphrodite rose. I know it's kind of gross, but yeah, that's the truth. Aphrodite rose, floating on a seashell, glowing with light. The wind carried her to the shore of the Cyprus, and we just stepped onto the land. Flowers and doves bloomed instantly. She wasn't just beautiful, she was beauty. When Aphrodite arrived on Olympus, every god wanted to marry her. Aphrodite was, yeah. Every god wanted to marry her, right? So Ares flexed his muscles. Apollo wrote her songs. Hermes tried to flirt. And even Zeus nearly chose her for himself. But Zeus was worried her beauty would start a war. So he married her off to the one god who didn't fight for her, Hephaestus. Hephaestus, the lame one, the builder? Really? Aphrodite said, not impressed at all. But what she didn't know was that Hephaestus loved her. He gave her a throne of gold, necklaces, and dresses made of light. Still, Aphrodite's heart wandered. Aphrodite didn't stay loyal. As many gods do, she fell in love with another god and they had children. So this one she fell deeply in love with Ares, the god of war. How ironic. I mean, it's very unusual, like the goddess of beauty and the god of bloodshed. Well, that doesn't go well, but somehow they just fitted. They met in secret, in hidden gardens in the dark corners of Olympus, until Helios, the sun god, saw them. He told Hephaestus, and Hephaestus was, he was betrayed. He was sad. And so he crafted an invisible net and trapped them in bed together. Because he told Aphrodite he was going on a vacation for 2 days. And Aphrodite agreed. And Hephaestus sneaked out and then stayed by the door. And right when he left, Ares was in. And when the couple lay down on the bed, the trap caught them. He called all the gods to come and see. They laughed and laughed, except Poseidon, who said, "Let them go. Even gods make mistakes." Aphrodite didn't care. She lived for desire, not rules. Once, at a wedding, the goddess Eris, or you could say discord in Roman, threw a golden apple that read, "To the fairest." And that was how the Trojan War actually began. So we'll talk about the full parts of the Trojan War in some of our episodes, but we have to finish the original Olympians first. So where were we? Oh, Eris threw a golden apple that read, "To the fairest." Aphrodite, Hera, and Athena all claimed it. So they asked a mortal prince named Paris, who was going to be the prince of Troy but didn't know right now. He was just a shepherd. And so they asked the mortal named the Paris to decide. Hera offered power. Athena offered wisdom and victory. Aphrodite, she offered him the most beautiful woman in the world, Helen of Sparta. Now you may have heard about Helen if you have listened to other podcasts talking about the Trojan War, but she plays a very big part. A big part. So, because, Paris was young and he didn't know anything yet, she was just a shepherd. Paris chose Aphrodite, and that started the Trojan War, all because of love, or vanity. Okay, back to Aphrodite herself. Aphrodite had many children. With Ares, they had Eros, or you could say the Cupid, the god of love. And with Hermes, they was named Hermaphroditus. And with a mortal, Aeneas, the hero of Rome. She could make gods fall in love. She once made Zeus fall for mortals, just for fun. She helped she helped her own son Aeneas escape Troy. Well, she can be jealous sometimes. I mean, because she doesn't like when people have better endings than her, which is a lot like her. But those two are just hate each other. But anyways, you might have heard the story of Psyche and Eros. But just for now, Psyche was a mortal princess that fell in love with Eros or Eros, whatever. And she did not exactly help. She tried to stop Psyche, but well, we'll just talk about that later in episodes. She helped even mortals find peace through beauty and kindness, but she also caused jealousy, obsession, and chaos. They say love is gentle, but it's also fire. Aphrodite is not just about looks. She is the force that makes the heart race, that starts war, and also brings peace. She teaches us that beauty can be power, love can be dangerous, but both are deeply human. And now you've heard the stories of both ends of Olympus, Hestia the Hearth, and Aphrodite the little spark. And next time, I think we'll meet Demeter. And who haven't we finished yet? Like there's Zeus, Poseidon. Oh, of course. We have to finish Demeter, Hades, and Poseidon. I'll try to make it into one episode, but it might be too long, so I promise I will do those episodes. I mean, we've talked about both of them in our episodes, but we have to do a detailed look at them. I mean, we don't have to do it, but I just wanted to make it clear for you guys. So, see you next time, Heroes of Olympus. My name is Ariel, I'm 10 years old, and I will see you next episode.